We begin with this news. Sarawakians are called to rally towards a shared vision of progress and prosperity for Sarawak in particular and Malaysia as a whole. In his 67th National Day address, Premier Sarawak Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng emphasised the historical significance of unity among diverse communities in achieving independence, likening Malaysia to a family that prioritises the interests of all regions.
Abang Johari noted that the enduring spirit of collaboration between its people has propelled Sarawak forward over the past 6 decades, being part of Malaysia, and likened Malaysia to a big family that safeguards the interests of its people, regardless of race or religion. The Premier highlighted the historical significance of solidarity among diverse communities, drawing parallels between the struggles for independence in Malaya and Sarawak.
Di Malaya pada 1957, para pemimpin Melayu, India dan China telah bergabung tenaga untuk menuntut kemerdekaan daripada pihak British. Di Sarawak pula, para pemimpin Dayak, Cina dan Melayu telah berganding bahu untuk membebaskan Sarawak daripada pentadbiran British. Pada tanggal 31 Ogos yang penuh bersejarah ini, marilah kita sama-sama merenung sejenak dan menelusuri rentetan peristiwa penting yang telah membebaskan wilayah-wilayah negara ini daripada belenggu penjajahan yang bermula daripada tarikh tersebut dan berakhir dengan pembentukan Malaysia pada 1963.
While this year's theme of Malaysia Madani, Jiwa Merdeka, Abang Johari remarked that the theme invites Malaysian citizens to appreciate the true meaning of independence and freedom deeply.
Selamat menyambut Hari Kebangsaan yang ke-67.
Meanwhile, Sarawakians are encouraged to embrace the spirit of Merdeka by cultivating a mindset of continuous learning, creativity and cooperation. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Ahmad Douglas Uga Embas emphasised that as the world is rapidly evolving due to technology, innovation and globalisation, the people must be ready to face the transformation.
As we celebrate our unity and freedom, let us also commit to equipping ourselves and future generations with the knowledge, skill, and resilience needed to thrive in this new era.
Highlighted the importance of preparing the nation for future challenges and opportunities, noting that it is the people's responsibility to carry on their legacy. He pointed out that the diversity of Sarawakians and Malaysians is their strength, enabling them to collaborate and build a strong, united, progressive and innovative Malaysia.
On this very significant day, we come together as one nation to celebrate the freedom, unity and strength that define our beloved Malaysia. Hari Merdeka is not just a day of remembrance, but a day to honor the courage and sacrifices of our forefathers who fought tirelessly to secure our independence.
He further added that this commitment is vital to ensuring Malaysia remains a symbol of hope, prosperity and peace for all. He called on all citizens to reaffirm their dedication to these goals.
Let us invest in education, empower our youth, and protect our environment. The resulting success will be ours to share. Selamat Hari Merdeka, Malaysia. May our country continue to thrive and shine on the world stage. Segulai sejalai, we are stronger. Merdeka, Merdeka, Merdeka.
Similarly, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim urged Malaysians to use this year's National Day celebrations to strengthen unity across the nation, highlighting that Malaysia's independence was achieved through the collective strength and solidarity of its people. Speaking at the National Day 2024 address at the Putrajaya International Convention Centre, Anwar emphasised that while it is natural for different races and religions to uphold their identities, it must be done with a shared love for the nation. Anwar called for Malaysians to leverage their diversity to enhance the nation's standing on the global stage, urging them to work together to address challenges like education, healthcare and economic inequality. With this year's theme, Malaysia Madani, Jiwa Merdeka, Anwar reiterated the government's dedication to promoting a sense of independence and patriotism. Meanwhile, Head of State Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Jundi Tuanku Jaafar, accompanied by his wife Tuan Puan Fauzia Muhammad Sanusi, made an official visit to the Rajang Area Security Command Gallery at Camp Rascom in Cebu on Friday. This visit not only serves as a tribute to the efforts of preserving military history in Sarawak, but also strengthens the strategic relationship between the Sarawak government and the Malaysian Army TDM.
The visit also pays homage to Tun Dr. Wan Jundi, who was directly involved in the fight against the communist threat during the Rascom era. It further highlights the Sarawak government's commitment to supporting the Malaysian Army efforts in enhancing state security and defence. The close collaboration between these two entities is crucial to maintaining peace and stability in Sarawak, aligning with strategic and contemporary developments in national defence. Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Jundi, who began his career by joining the Royal Malaysian Police (PDRM) in 1964 and later served in the Police Field Force from 1968 to 1973, was actively involved in operation against the North Kalimantan Communist Party (PKKU) in Miri, Cebu, and Kapit. He also served at Rascom in several operations aimed at defending the nation's sovereignty.
Business Event Sarawak, or BE Sarawak, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the University of Malaysia Sarawak UNIMAS to collaborate on conducting studies on the economic impact and legacy of business events and tourism in Sarawak. The Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, said that this study aligns with the aspirations of the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy, or PCDS 2030, aimed at increasing tourist arrivals by 7.5% annually and contributing 11% to Sarawak's gross domestic product (GDP) by 2030.
The first study is on economic impact with the expertise of Professor Dr. Rosa Zana, the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Business of UNIMAS. The economic study will develop a detailed economic framework that records and reports data such as business event visitors arrival as well as revenue generation.
While this second study will focus on the legacy impact, which will analyze the broader effects of hosting conference and exhibitions, including community development, social responsibility, policy influence, and investment opportunities. He added that the impact study will also lead to the launch of a legacy impact dashboard in the first quarter of 2025, allowing business event planners to understand their contribution to Sarawak in a holistic manner. Last year, Sarawak launched its first Legacy Impact Action Plan, Legacy Map 2023-2025, at the IMEX Frankfurt Trade Show in Germany to define and drive the direction of business events in Sarawak.
Sarawak is set to launch the CROC Watch application, a special app for tracking crocodiles, at the closing ceremony of the Bulawai Festival on September 29. Deputy Minister for Urban Planning, Land Administration and Environment, Dr. Len Talif Saleh, said the application was developed by the government in collaboration with the Sarawak Forestry Corporation SFC and Sarawak Information Systems and Berhad Science.
According to him, the idea to create this application came about when he attended an international IT conference in Santiago 2 years ago.
Yang lepas dan dia ini tercetus untuk kita mengadakan apps hal buaya. Kerana kita tahu dari segi buaya ini adalah satu daripada permasalahan yang kita hadapi oleh mereka yang terlibat di dalam aktiviti-aktiviti di sungai dan sebagainya. Jadi app ini akan dilancarkan oleh Yang Berhormat Premier insya-Allah pada pesta belawai ini nanti, dan selepas itu semua boleh mendapat akses dari app ini.
He added that the app is designed to be user-friendly, allowing the public to report crocodile sightings directly to SFC. The SFC will then relay this information through the application, enabling the public to identify crocodile hotspots or areas where reptile attacks frequently occur.
Dengan adanya apps ini nanti kita dapat menggunakan data-data ini nanti untuk bagaimana kita dapat mengurus ataupun menyediakan tempat-tempat tertentu supaya buaya yang berada di kawasan penempatan atau kampung-kampung dan rumah panjang dapat dipindah pada satu tempat yang telah kita sudah juga terkena pasti.
Meanwhile, some areas in Sarawak have also been identified as crocodile rehabilitation locations, among them the Sedeku Batang Lupar Island, Paya Bakau Rajang National Park, north of Sebuti, including Limbang and Lawas, in efforts to make the crocodile sanctuary a tourist attraction.
Welcome back to the Nightline. The Fire and Rescue Department, JPPM, has deemed that it is too risky to continue using diving methods in the search and rescue SAR operation for the Indian national who was swallowed by a sinkhole on Jalan Masjid India in Kuala Lumpur. Its Director General, Dr. Nur Hisham Mohammed, said this decision was made after nearly 30 minutes of diving by two scuba divers at 4 a.m. on Friday proved unsuccessful.
Pertamanya, usaha kita ialah untuk membongkar backlog. Okey, maksudnya ada blockage yang di bawah itu 15 meter kita jangkaan awal itu dibuat untuk dilaksanakan bagi membolehkan ruang bekerja lebih selesa kepada anggota kita. Kita buat beberapa attempt daripada pukul 5 petang semalam sampai kepada lebih kurang pukul 1 pagi tadi. Beberapa kali kita turun dan juga kita cuba pecahkan, tetapi didapati bahawa memang impossible. Maksudnya sangat sukar untuk kita pecahkan. Satunya ialah sebab dia punya lemak itu, macam lemak tepu itu, kita dapati itu dia jadi macam simen, punya bongkar simen, dia keras. Maksud kita tembak pun memang tak pergi. Kita nak cuba tarik tali pun dia tidak bergerak.
He identified several risk factors, including strong underground water currents, limited space for rescuers, and the presence of debris and hard blockages in the search area. According to Nur Hisham, the diving method involving a firefighter and a sewer worker familiar with the design of the channels was employed after the water level was reduced using pumps. Nur Hisham said JBPM also deployed 2 underwater cameras as the SAR area, and so far the images images captured include fragments of cloth that could not be identified.
On a similar development, the Lorong Tuanku Abdul Rahman Night Market will be closed tomorrow to make way for the Search and Rescue Operation SAR for the Jalan Masjid India sinkhole victim and soil tests. Kuala Lumpur City Hall DBKL said today that soil tests will be conducted around Lorong Tuanku Abdul Rahman and Masjid India to identify locations and road safety around the sinkhole area.
TBKL also said the ground penetrating radar GPR will be used in the search today, which will carry on into the night, while Indah Water Consortium is using jetting and roading processes to clear obstructions in the sewer line. It added that the situation at the search location was under control and that the public was cooperating well by not entering the restricted area. An Indian tourist identified as G. Vijaya Lakshmi, 48, fell into a sinkhole that opened up at her feet as she was walking along Jalan Masjid India to a nearby temple on the morning of August 23.
Once considered a relic of traditional Sarawakian women's way of berkemban, the native style is making a remarkable comeback in Kuala Lumpur thanks to the innovative designs of local fashion icon Keith Sim. The anak Sarawak, known for his streetwear approach to fashion, makes a comeback within this year's edition of Kuala Lumpur Fashion Week with a flair of the Dayak headgear through his latest Garden of Eden.
Normally people go and think about Garden of Eden, they think about floral and stuff. But this year, the Garden of Eden that we're trying to show is something different. Like it's more like an emotional part of it, and more of like inner, like how we actually feel about the whole idea of Garden of Eden. Yeah. For the Dayak headgear behind the idea behind it is actually bring like our Sarawak culture to be part of the culture, to make to be proud of that we are being a Sarawakian. That is the main thing about this, and having Francisca for closing is also bringing in like all the Sarawakian to be here together, celebrating our culture, celebrating the collection, and overall the whole Sarawak.
Revitalizing an old-fashioned concept with a modern twist, Garden of Eden reminds us of looking into the relevance of the past as Keith carves a niche in the fashion world with innovation and cultural appreciation at the forefront of his journey.
Because corset is a very challenging to make. It's not easy to make, and it's a very challenging pieces. You have to form to the body. You have to be making women feel confident and comfortable in it as well. I know traditionally we think corset is very tight and very uncomfortable to wear, but my idea for corset is actually translate into something more comfortable, easier to wear, to make women feel more confident in the way, but not to confine people to feel like they can't bring this.
Keith's collection captured hearts of Sarawakians alike who attended the event as he brings the Dayak's Suku Tinggi as a bold cultural statement in his finale. In addition to Bornean cultural appeal, the young designer hailing from the land of hornbills is also committed to the slow fashion movement as his collection utilizes eco-friendly manufacturing. Expressing that being in his second time in this edition, he promotes demi-couture as a way for clients to order.
We are not producing we're not producing a lot of collection throughout the year, and a lot of items are made to order. So the idea is to reduce the waste. So the moment that we have orders, we make the outfit, that we can reduce a lot of waste. A lot of leftover can be, a lot of like stock and everything can be reduced, and I think that is the idea behind our demi couture as well. So all the pieces are all also made to order, so client can have the exclusivity as well.
Born in Kuching, Sim unveiled his brand Keith Sim in 2017, made his debut last year at Kuala Lumpur Fashion Week KLFW 2023 with his collection Memento. With over 50 designers and brands geared up to showcase their ready-to-wear collection, the annual fashion event was set against the picturesque Petronas Twin Towers in a unique purpose-built structure earlier this month. Thank you for staying with me. Wealth is what pays for investment in likes of profit, investment in which people and equipment creates economic investment. Overall, global wealth growth has cooled, falling from an annual average of 7% between 2000 and 2010 to barely over 4.5% between 2010 and 2023. According to Global Chief Economist of July IQI, Shanan revealed 4 economic parameters in which he differentiates factors from different eras.
Economic parameters for the global economy are quite different from the ones we have seen in 2000 and 2010, or even at the start. The new parameters are where those countries will stay relevant, where they have infrastructure investment. Number one, infrastructure investment has become the new asset class. One of my Nobel laureate professors, Robert Fogel, in 1964, wrote a paper on how infrastructure investment has strong correlation with GDP growth. So infrastructure investment has become very important, and most of those global investors would park funds in countries where the infrastructure investment is strong. Number two, where consumption patterns are pretty strong. Consumption stability bolsters economic growth, which is the new reality. Wherever the consumption patterns are strong, the economies are growing, investors are coming in because they see a lot of optimism and they see bullishness in the economy. Number three, it is all about demographic, the big population. Indonesia, 277 million. Vietnam, 98 million. Germany, 83 million. France, 68 million. UK, 67 million. Philippines, 115 million. So wherever the demographics is big, investors would be taking position. So demographics has become the main driving force for GDP growth in many economies. Lastly, natural resources. Countries with natural resources like oil and gas, food, base metals, major commodities, they will stay relevant. And countries who don't have natural resources, they will have tough time.
President Emmanuel Macron on Thursday defended a decision to grant French nationality to Telegram chief Pavel Durov, who faces a possible trial related to illegal content carried on his popular messaging app.
Speaking to reporters on a visit to Serbia, the French president said he did not know that Durov would be coming to France and denied having issued any invitation whatsoever to the Russian-born billionaire.
La France est un pays qui protège la liberté d'expression. La France est un pays qui protège et aime l'innovation et les entrepreneurs. Mais nous sommes un pays où il y a une séparation des pouvoirs et où aussi nos règles, notre état de droit est contrôlé par des juges indépendants. C'est une bonne chose. Et donc en ce qui me concerne, je n'étais absolument pas au courant de la venue de M. Durov en France.
Macron said he totally backed the decision to grant Durov citizenship, adding it was a strategy concerning those who make the effort to learn the French language and who shine in the world. Durov, 39, was sensationally detained at Le Bourget airport outside Paris at the weekend and on Wednesday evening charged with a litany of violations related to the messaging app. He was also banned from leaving the country. Numerous questions have been raised about the timing and circumstances of Durov's detention, with supporters seeing him as a freedom of speech champion and detractors as a menace who willfully allowed Telegram to get out of control. According to a source close to the investigation, Durov had emphasized his links to the French head of state during questioning.
And finally, Typhoon Shanan weakened to a tropical storm Friday, but still dumping heavy rains as it slowly churned through Japan, triggering transport havoc and landslide warnings, with up to 6 people killed so far. The storm, which at landfall was one of the fiercest to hit Japan in decades, pummeled Kyushu Island on Thursday with gusts of up to 252 kilometers per hour.
On Friday, they eased to 108 kilometers per hour as it moved up the archipelago. Even before making landfall, a landslide caused the heavy rains preceding the storm killed 3 members of the same family late Tuesday in Aichi Prefecture, around 1,000 kilometers away. Government spokesman Yoshimasa Hayashi on Friday confirmed reports of 1 additional death but said that the relation to the typhoon was being studied. 2 more were feared dead and 2 others were missing. 8 people were seriously hurt and 70 others had light injuries, Hayashi said, with many injured by broken glass after the typhoon smashed windows and ripped tiles off roofs on Thursday. Almost 200 buildings were damaged.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms at TV Sarawak. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Shanan. Thank you for watching and happy National Day.